This classic banana bread recipe gives you a soft, moist loaf with that sweet and delicious banana flavor that so many of us love. It is super easy to make and a great way to use up any ripe bananas you may have at home. To get all of the recipe details, you can visit sweetysalado.com/en. We're going to begin by mixing all the dry ingredients. So in a large bowl, we're going to mix 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Into this, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we stir to mix all of the ingredients. The second step is to mix the wet ingredients, and we're going to start with the bananas. The bananas that we're going to use to make banana bread are going to be ripe bananas. And these are yellow bananas that have a few black spots on them because they're sweeter. We're going to need 3 ripe bananas that we're going to mash using a fork. In a separate large bowl, we're going to cream 1/2 cup of unsalted butter with 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar. I'm using a hand mixer to do this to make things faster, but you can easily do it with a spatula. Into this butter mixture, we're going to add 2 large eggs at room temperature, 1 at a time. Once everything's well mixed, we're going to add the mashed bananas and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract to enhance the flavor of the banana bread. Once everything's well mixed, we're going to add the dry ingredients that we mixed earlier into the wet ingredients, and then we mix it. I'm using a spatula to do this because I don't want to overmix the batter, and then that way I won't end up with a dense and dry banana bread. At this point, you can add any additional ingredients if you want. I'm adding 1 cup of pecans. You can also add walnuts or raisins, and then using the spatula, we go ahead and fold them in. To bake the banana bread, we're going to grease a standard 9x5 loaf pan. We can do this with oil spray or butter, and then we just pour in the batter. We're going to make sure it's nice and even on top, and then we're going to bake it at 350 degrees for about 60 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out clean. Once it's done, we're going to let it rest and cool for about 10 minutes before we slice it and serve it. And there you have it, a delicious classic banana bread that is warm, moist, and delicious. Perfect to serve with a cup of coffee, tea, as a snack, or breakfast.